The Cheeseboy628 Show, starring Cheeseboy628.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today giving you an RU tier Wi-Fi battle. Now let's get right into the team preview. On my team in the top right, I've got a physically defensive unaware Quagsire, got a physically defensive support Kabutops, and to get rid of that pretty huge grass weakness, the rest of my pokes resist, plus I've got Sap Sipper on Bouffalant and its Choice Banded, so it's nice and powerful. Then I've got a Violet Magneton being nice and bulky, able to take some hits from those incoming steel types. And the rest of my team, I've got a Scarf Magmortar and then Specially Defensive Druddigon. Now looking at my opponent's team, he has two grass types, so my physically defensive core is not going to appreciate it too much. Luckily, I have plenty of counters for it. He also has Magneton and Durant, so Magneton's going to have a fun time with HP Fire. His Kabutops, I don't have too many counters to, and it's pretty naturally bulky, so I definitely need to start wearing it down with some Toxics, EQs, Waterfalls, you name it. And Hitmonlee, naturally pretty frail, so I'm not too worried about it, plus I have Unaware Quagsire to take care of it. So let's see how this battle goes. So I'm going to start out with my Magmortar, as its move pool is able to make it at least neutrally hit everything on my opponent's team. He's actually going to start out with his Hitmonlee, and I'm kind of scared of the fake out, but really I'm just going to go into my Quagsire as it is my physical wall. Turns out it is the Unburdened set with normal gem, so I'm going to take it easily, of course, and so I am going to just start going for EQ, some Toxics, I'll be fine. He goes for the high jump kick, which does quite a bit, so I'm kind of nervous about it as it's doing a decent amount of damage, so I don't know I can live another one, but I really have no other option than trying to live it. And so he actually goes for the EQ, oddly enough. I guess he didn't want to miss. Nonetheless, my Quagsire is able to live and his Hitmonlee goes down. So now he brings in his Whimsicott, and of course Giga Drain, something grass-like, is very obvious. And partly thinking that he's just going to sub down or something like that, thinking the Sap Sipper Bouffalant is really obvious as a switch in, I'm just going to stay in. Turns out he goes for the Leech Seed though, and it's definitely something to take note of because he doesn't seem to be aware of how powerful and threatening Bouffalant will be with basically +2 since I'm banded and getting the Sap Sipper boost. So I'm actually going to go into Kabutops here because I really think the grass move is so obvious, and I lose my Kabutops right away. I kind of thought he was just going to sub down or something, but he just doesn't. I'm like, that's it. Got to bring in Magmortar to scare it out with the really obvious Fire Stab being Fire Blast, or in my case, Overheat. But I'm thinking he's going to switch out to Kabutops to quad resist it. But he stays in. And so I'm in a lot of trouble because I'm doing all this over predicting right now. So that's it. I'm going to go into Bouffalant. He doesn't expect it. I get that Sap Sipper, and now I'm just able to head charge something. I don't care if you resist. You are going to take a ton of damage from Choice Banded Adamant Bouffalant. He brings Magneton in, and Bouffalant doesn't care one bit, as it's a pretty solid 2-hit KO, and barely any recoil thanks to head charge being super awesome. And now it goes for the Protect. All it really does is kind of scout if I'm Choice Banded or just choiced in general. And I guess it doesn't really help him, in my opinion. Unless he goes for the Thunder, not only hits, but paralyzes me. But thank you to Bouffalant for being loyal and hitting through the paralysis and taking out that Magneton. Now, I'm definitely being worn down right now. It's not looking great for me. Kabutops comes in, and I'm thinking, you know, maybe if it sets up rocks, I'm just able to damage it a bit. But he goes for the Waterfall, takes me out, so it definitely has attack investment. And then I see, oh, Life Orb. So this is going to be kind of messy to take out. I've got my Mold Breaker Druddigon carrying the EQ, and so whatever he brings in is still going to take an EQ, like if he brings in Rotom Cut. So he protects the Scout. Definitely weird that he has Protect on Magneton and Kabutops. But anyway, I'm going to go for the EQ, do a decent amount to Rotom Cut, and really I'm not too scared of this thing because I am specially defensive, so its dual stab is not going to hurt me very much. I'm going to go for the Glare. He actually sets up the Rain, which now kind of makes sense with Magneton, but still kind of a weird set. Nonetheless, I get the crit on the Rotom Cut now. He has Citrus Berry. Like, what? So, anyway though, I'm able to potentially 2-hit KO from this range, maybe one-shot it from this range, not entirely sure. Just gonna go for the Dragon Claw. It lives with the tiniest bit, able to get off the Leaf Storm, which thankfully doesn't do too much, since I'm especially defensive and resist, of course, even though it's all Leaf Storm, so pretty powerful. Nonetheless, finish it off with the Dragon Claw here, and that's the end of Rotom Cut. So he's got a bit more of Rain Dance left, but really the rest of his team doesn't even care for it, except Kabutops, now that I think about it, with Swift Swim. But he's going to go in with his Whimsicott now, misses the Stun Spore. Pretty nice for all those hacks from that Thunder and stuff, but really, I'm not going to justify anyone's hacks here. Anyway, go in for the Dragon Claw, take a decent amount onto that Whimsicott, and it's definitely going to lose a decent amount of health. The problem is just Prankster is an annoying seeder. I don't know if it's sub yet, as it hasn't revealed it. It seems to be more offensive in a sense with Giga Drain, but even with the lead seed recovery, I should be totally fine because I'm sure its only move that it's going to be hitting me with is Giga Drain. He goes for Stun Spore again, misses unfortunately, but honestly I don't think it would have mattered too much, as Dartigan's super slow anyway and it's just a wall. So the only way it could have really helped him is if I get some lucky paras on his part, but really it's not a big deal. So it goes for the Giga Drain here, maybe trying to get enough HP back to take another Dragon Claw, but it does so diddly that I'm just going to go for the Dragon Claw, take out the Whimsicott, and that will be GG to Whimsicott. So all he's got left here is Durant and I believe Kabutops. He's going to come in with Durant, goes for Rock Slide. Definitely not the best option here, but he's probably banded or scarfed or something of the sort. They were probably fearing for Magneton to come in, and in that case he probably should have went for Superpower as the better option. Nonetheless, he's paralyzed, he went for Rock Slide. I'm going to come in with Magneton, try to do some damage to it. Goes for Rock Slide again, and with Hustle it's just not a good time for Durant. So can come in here and just hit it up with an HP Fire. It has very poor special defense, so I'm not worried about taking it out at all. But now he brings the Kabutops. I'm max HP, I'm a Violet, I have some nice bulk, so I'm going to take this Waterfall alright. It looks like it's a 3 at KO unless it's min-max, so I actually flinch here, but one T-Bolt I know will take this thing out. So come on Magneton, do it. Come on now, really Magneton, you're going to get flinched twice? Oh, it's okay, it's not a big deal, because now I've got that Druddigan. Even though I don't have rough skin, I should still be fine. I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch. I don't think I'll live a Stone Edge, so that's why I do that, but he actually has Rock Slide, and I actually live with 28 HP, which is pretty nice. Good job, Druddigan. So I'm going to go for another Sucker Punch, and almost take out that Kabutops, and he actually goes for the X-Scissor here, which is totally fine because he's actually going to go down from his Life Orb recall here. It'll be a double down, but since I still have some pokes remaining, I am going to win the game. So that will be a great game. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry if my schedule is kind of getting later by the day, but I'm really trying to work on that. I'll explain it in my next Showdown Live. So thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.